Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Greeting of the day. I am Sashirika. In this video, we are going to see about cathode ray oscilloscope. It is also called as CRO. This is the content of this particular video. First, we'll go for the definition. The cathode ray oscilloscope is the instrument which generates the waveform of electrical quantity. So, the CRO is used for measuring an electrical quantity. This cathode ray oscilloscope was early said as cathode ray oscillograph because it is going to show the graph of an x-axis and the y-axis, right? So, in the early days, it is called as cathode ray oscillograph, and later it was called as cathode ray oscilloscope. So, again, the waveform will be measured in the x-axis and as well as your y-axis. Next is your front panel. How my CRO looks like? It is like this. My CRO will be looking in this manner only. It will be having dual channels, the adjusting knobs, everything. And the front panels means the front panel will change according to the manufacturer. It may be of different things, but no, the construction means what it is showing, the output, it is the same. Next is your block diagram. This is going to be the block diagram of your CRO, means cathode ray oscilloscope. This is very, very important. If you're going to see, first one is your vertical amplifier. Delay line is there. Then your power supply, trigger circuit, time-based generator, horizontal amplifier, and your electron CRT. The whole electron beam, where the electron gun, electron beam, the phosphorus screen is there, that is known as your CRT. First, we'll go for the vertical amplifier. Vertical amplifier, it is going to amplify the weak signals, and it decides the sensitivity and the bandwidth of the CRO. The input is given to your vertical amplifier. And next is your delay line. Delay line is nothing but you are going to give some delay. Why? Because if my vertical amplifier signal is going to reach my vertical deflection plates very soon, then my output will not be proper in the screen. So I want to synchronize with my horizontal amplifier signal also. So that the delay line is given for giving some delay in order to reach the particular deflection plates. And the next is your trigger circuit. Trigger circuit, it generates a pulse. It is going to synchronize, means it is going to sync with the input and as well as your horizontal amplifier, means horizontal amplifier. Why? Because if my signal is going to reach my horizontal amplifier very soon before the vertical, this trigger circuit will give a sync. So both it will reach in correct time to the screen. Next is your time-based generator. Again, time-based generator, it will generate the sawtooth waveform. It is applied to the horizontal deflection plates. Electron beam, it varies at constant velocity. X-axis of the CRO is calibrated in terms of your time. Input is displayed with respect to the time. In the next, if you're going to see horizontal amplifier, in the horizontal amplifier, again, it has to amplify the signal before it's going to go for process. Okay, the strength of the sawtooth signal is not sufficient, so it is amplified. Before applying to the horizontal plate, it is given to the horizontal amplifier. And next is your power supply. In CRO, it generates two levels of DC voltage. The one is low voltage, that is used for working of electronic circuit. Then the second one is high voltage, which is used as a anode for CRT. Means it generates voltage of 1000 volts to 1500 volts. This is regarding your block diagram of your CRO. Parts of CRO. These are very important parts. First is your cathode ray tube. Second one is your vertical deflection system, horizontal deflection system, delay line circuit, and trigger circuit. Just now we have seen all these things. And next we will see the cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube is nothing but the heart. You can able to tell the heart of the CRO, which generates images when electron beam from the back of the tube strikes the fluorescent screen with sufficient energy. See, if you want to see in this diagram, F is nothing but where my that is this the whole setup is my CRT means cathode ray tube, fine. So and it is divided into three sections. First one is the electron gun, second one is deflection plate, and third one is fluorescent screen. This electron gun, it consists of these particular things. This electron in this diagram, see, if this is your whole circuit, this electron beam in this cathode ray tube, electron beam will be given to this particular, for F is there, no, from there my electrons are passing through my control grids. These are A1, A2, A3 are control grids, acceleration grids. These are nothing but your grids where my electron beams are passing through. Then X and Y is nothing but my deflection plates. My deflection plates also there, I want my beam to be perfect on the screen. So these deflection plates are very much useful. And S is nothing but your fluorescent screen, where I am going to have my output. What I want means which exact output I want. So if you're going to see that CRT is going to contain electron gun assembly, deflection plates, phosphorus screen, and envelope. So electron gun assembly, if you're going to see, it will be having cathodes, control grids, acceleration grid, and focusing anodes. The first four means electron gun. So all those things will be present in this. And the next one, if you're going to see deflection plates, it will be having horizontal deflection, vertical deflection. These two X and Y are your deflection plates. Means my electron beams are passing through all these things in order to go to my screen. Next is your phosphorus screen. So this is your phosphorus screen. It will be coated with the phosphorus, where the electrical energy is transformed into light energy by the action of phosphor. Then only I'll be getting an output. Then only I can able to see my waveform. Again, this is my diagram for that one. This is nothing but my envelope. All the components of a CRT are here. Next is your working of your CRO. In my CRO, it will be working in this manner, where my beam is going to be in this much fast. This much fast my electrons will go, and it will show your output. Can you able to see how fast it is moving and giving an output here? And next is your measurement. So again, measurement by using the CRO, it will be like in this manner. So the screen in the CRO, it will be in this manner only. The small lines are known as minor marks, and the long ones are called as major divisions. Each one block, it means each one box, it will be a value of 1. So this is nothing but oscilloscope gratitude. Gratitude is nothing but the scale of your particular oscilloscope. This is and now the measurement of your amplitude. So in the CRO, we will be having the amplitude measurement. If you're going to see, my total amplitude will be of my voltage peak to peak. How many blocks my signal is covering, that we have to count. And how many boxes it is covering, and how many divisions in the control panel, means how many divisions in your voltage divisions is there, that we have to check it out. See, the amplitude of voltage signal is constant. That will be constant, and it will be varied with the voltage signal. Divisions that covers the voltage signal in vertical direction, volts per division knob will be changed. The whole amplitude will be constant, and the knob only will be changed in order to take the values. So the formula is A is equal to J into NV, where A is nothing but the amplitude, J is nothing but your voltage division, and NV is nothing but number of divisions that covers the signal in vertical direction. So with this formula, we'll be getting the measurement of our amplitude. And if you're going to see the time period, again time period also it will be measured with the formula T is equal to K into N into NH, where T is nothing but the time period, J is nothing but values of time division, N is number of divisions that covers the one complete cycle. So in this diagram, if you're going to see from one complete cycle where my signal is covering, that much we have to take. In this diagram, if you're going to see, it is going to cover five what is that, five major blocks. In major blocks 5 it is covering, so that we have to take into account, and then we have to go. If you are going to substitute those values in this particular formula, we will be getting the time period measurement. And next is nothing but my frequency measurement. If you're going to see my frequency, again f is equal to 1 by t. So if you're going to substitute the value of time period, and if you're going to take the reciprocal, and you'll be getting the frequency of this particular diagram. Anyway, it is not only that we have to go for only the sine wave. It will be generating your sine wave also. If you're going to see this cathode ray tube, how it is going to work exactly is my cathode is getting heated, and it is emitting some electrons, right? That electrons will be passing through the control grids. These A1, A2, A3 are control grids. These control grids have centrally located. It is located in the coaxial. It is in the coaxial manner with the tube. A negative voltage is applied to the grid. The negative voltage, it repels the electrons and generates a narrow beam. So a narrow beam is generated. So thus by controlling the negative voltage applied to the control grid, we can control the intensity of the beam. So how much voltage I'm going to give the negative voltage, how much negative voltage I'm going to give, with that one I can able to control my intensity of this particular beam. And then this beam is passed through the set of accelerating or focusing anodes. That is nothing but my X and Y. A2 and A3. These anodes are supplied with high positive voltage and increases the velocity of the beam to keep the beam focused. So these A1 and A2, what it will do, it will focus. The accelerating and controlling beam are, it is focusing the beam. It is used for focusing. Thus by controlling the positive voltage applied at anode, the focus of the beam can be controlled. So if you want to control the focus of the beam, you have to control the positive voltage. If you want to control the intensity of the beam, you have to control the negative voltage. So if you want to see about the deflection plates is of horizontal deflection plate and vertical deflection plate. For focused beam is passed through these X and Y deflection plates. Focus means forces on both plates control such waveform displayed on the screen. These both deflection plates will control how my waveform has to be displayed on the screen. And the fluorescence screen, regarding this fluorescence screen, the focused, accelerated and deflected beam is then made to strike the inside part of the screen with high velocity. Inner side of the screen is coated with special type of phosphor. This layer converts electrical energy into your light energy. Fine. So whenever electron strikes the screen with very high velocity, it generates a bright spot on the screen, and beams move, and the beam is going to move very fast. So that is what I have told in this diagram. In the working principle, if you are going to see, this particular waveform is going very, very fast, and striking off is very, 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 very fast. And now only we have seen the measurements, how we can able to take. And this is my reference from where I have collected the material. And thank you so much.